Hey everyone, Adam with Media here, and in today's video we're going to be making DIY ND filters for our matte boxes. So I recently got my hands on the Tilta Mini Matte Box, which you can see right here. It's a really compact, really well-made matte box, and it's pretty entry-level price too, at around $100 US. Now, it accepts 4" by 5.65" filters, which is wonderful, but the problem is that these filters can cost $200 or more. And if you want a set of ND filters, for example, that could run you over $1,000. Now, and when we're talking about a $100 matte box and thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars worth of ND filters, that can be a big problem. So in today's video, we're gonna make our very own ND filters for a fraction of that price. Materials you're gonna want for this are a piece of thick cardstock or some sort of fairly rigid paper. I picked some up from a local secondhand art store for less than $1. Then you'll want an ND filter sheet. Now you can buy these by themselves or as part of a lighting gel filter pack that you might already actually have sitting around. And then you're gonna need scissors or a knife and some gaff tape. First, you'll want to measure and cut the cardstock into a 4" by 5.65" rectangle. I'm using a piece of plastic I cut out as a template, but you can just measure 4" by 5.65", which is just under 5 3/4 inches. You'll want to cut out 2 of these per filter that you want, since we'll be sandwiching our filter into the middle of them. After you cut those out, be sure to check and make sure they fit into your matte box. Now we want to cut out a window so we're left with just a frame. Using a square is easiest here, as you can put your paper into the corner and make marks at both 1/2" areas at once. Then line those off and cut them out. Be careful while you're doing this, and I recommend you make several shallow cuts rather than trying to hack through all at once. Now grab your ND filter gel and trace and cut out a rectangle. We want this to be slightly smaller than our frame. Put this ND sheet in the middle and tape the edges shut. You should now have your very own basic ND filter for your matte box. Now these should slide in really easily because we made them so thin. Let's go ahead and go over some variations on this project though. If you wanted an even darker ND filter, you could use multiple sheets. I only taped 3 of my edges shut so I could add in more if I needed later on. If you had some foam core laying around, you could use that rather than purchasing some cardstock. Because this foam core is so thick, you'll probably only want one side for this, and you could just tape the ND sheet to the back. You could also create your own Black Pro Mist filter, which normally costs quite a bit of money, to make your shots look soft and dreamy. To do this, grab some black pantyhose or sheer tights, cut out a small square, stretch them over your frame, and tape the edges down just like we did with the others. You can even use other colored gels and filter sheets in these holders for a variety of creative looks and effects based on your project. And this project isn't regulated just to 4" by 5.65" filters. If you had a 4x4 matte box or a 4x5 matte box or a 4x6 matte box or any other shape, you could do these just as easily and for about the same price. So there you have it, folks, making your very own ND filters for your matte boxes. Now, if you've got any comments on this tutorial or you've got any tips and tricks of your own for making your own ND or other filters for your camera, leave those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I will see you next time. One of the big problems that I have, and I think that other people are going to have, is that I've got a huge hair in my eye,